It's me again. We were waiting for Marcus Olang. He just arrived, so it's fantastic. Round of applause for Marcus Olang in the back. He'll be taking beautiful pictures of you, so if you need to harass him afterwards, you have my permission. Hi again, and hi to those who were not here when I was saying hi before. We are about to start, and again, my name is Ngartia. Welcome to Civic Canvas. This is meant to be a space where we can celebrate, memorialize, and interrogate the movement that's been happening in our country through the arts. And this is the inaugural one, so thank you so much for believing in us in our baby steps. Thank you. Keep going. That's for you. That's for you. Keep. Yay. Thank you. Fantastic. Yeah. I'm going to need 10 times that at the end, because that will be for us. Okay? So asanteni sana for showing up, for being part of this moment. As you can see, there are a couple of cameras that made me stand in front of you awkwardly for a couple of minutes before I started speaking. That's because we are streaming this live, so you could find the link on Baraza, social media platforms, and send it to anyone you know who could not make it here today, and then we can do the thing together. Fantastic? All right, so this is the awkward part where the MC makes some strange announcements, and then we get into the actual art. So the first one is concerning washrooms. If you go out towards my left on the exit and get to the lift, then you'll find that the ladies are always right and that the dudes left. Is that clear enough? Okay, fantastic. If anything should happen and you need the emergency exit for one reason or the other, DCI or your ex, whatever, it should be the farthest you can see behind you, then to the left. There's a green sign that marks exit, so that's the emergency exit. If you are a smoker and you're not on stage for a fantastic smoking performance, this is a strictly no smoking zone. However, you'd have to work for your thing. You'd have to go downstairs near the gate, and then you have all the freedoms there. And the last one, I have no idea what previous incidents or accidents have gotten us to a point where I need to make this announcement. But the balconies are fake balconies. They don't have a lot of space. So if you need to get some air, please be careful. Please be careful. They do not have barriers, and they are pretty slippery. All right? That's not a joke. It's for real. Sawa sawa? All right. Now on to the show. It's for this particular edition, we have 3 art forms. We have music, we have poetry, spoken word poetry, and we have storytelling. So the storytellers will be doing a performed reading. And as so, I hope I trust that you will give them all your attention. They are fantastic artists. I can vouch for them with my career and the little M-Pesa I have. And to start us off is someone I respect very much. I have known him as a friend and a performer for over a decade now, and he does not cease to amaze me. He's an actor, one of the best actors we have in the country, a storyteller, a writer, a podcast producer, that is for anyone who needs a mic in their life, and an overall amazing human being. His name is Abubakar Numan. You might know him from another life as Abu Sense, but we're no longer using that. So Abubakar Numan is one of our storytellers, and he will start us off. Please welcome Abu with a round of applause.
Comrades, power. Viva, comrades, viva. I'm ready. The Genesis. This here is to bear witness It is a signal in the dark, a partial history, a message to the future for you who may look back to this moment with questions, wondering what it was all for. This is to set the story straight, to contribute one voice to the choir that is needed to straighten out history, one instrument in the orchestra of national life, in case ours is not the official narrative. And chances are that the people's story might not be, for we have not won yet, though we are determined to win. We remain stuck in that same trap of history. From this point, anything can happen. We do not know. We cannot tell the future. But we can narrate the recent past for those coming with many whys, and for those of us who will look back wondering what it was all for. And for those of us who already stay up at night, sleepless, haunted by gunshots, blood on the streets, and dead bodies with that one question, oh God, what was it all for? It was for life, better life, worthwhile life, for accountability, for better governance, for integrity. It was for ourselves, for our parents, for our children. It was to honor the past, to shape the present, to forge a livable future. It was to afford food, to not be overtaxed, to stand a chance. Yes, the People's Revolution hit the streets on a Tuesday, 18th of June, 2024. But it had been shaping up for a long time. For some, it started when the dam bill surfaced. For others, it was when the Kenya Kwanza corruption scandals emerged. For many, it was when the election results were announced in 2022. Others had occupied the streets a decade before, then again and again over those 10 years. A huge lot had been dragged into it unknowingly by free primary school education. It is impossible to point a specific moment out. All everyone can do is point to the moment they got involved. Yes, the finance bill was the straw that spelt doom for the camel's back, but there were a million other straws. It was death by 1,000 cuts, and by God, did those cuts keep coming. They still are. When it was clear that something needed to be done about the proposed finance bill of 2024, Kenyans spread their information online through ChatGPT and USSD, through tweets and TikToks, through stories and reels, then in person, through grapevines and gossip channels. We realized the complexity was weaponized against us to make sure it would not be understood easily. So Kenyans simplified it. Then we realized the length was a stumbling block, so we summarized it. Then it hit us that language was another hurdle. So we listened to Mushiri Mike. We translated the bill in as many Kenyan languages as we could, in tens of different tongues and dialects. We found a single voice. We were united in our division. Then it hit us that more had to be done. We had to show up in person to voice our concerns, or we would be dismissed with insults. It wasn't a baseless conclusion. The morning of July 14th, 2024, a member of the president's overpaid gang of advisors, Mr. David Ndii, logged onto his X platform and saw it fit to call Kenyans wankers, digital wankers, if you are confused about it. You see, Mr. Ndii belonged to the elite. His history included working with the World Bank, a clear enemy of the Kenyan people. He was a turncoat with enough experience to mentor Judas Iscariot, having once posed as one concerned with the welfare of the common citizen. This was typical of many of who were in public office during this time, whether through election, whether through appointment or nomination. Many had posed as the darlings of the people, ridden on the goodwill of the masses to positions of power, then switched up, switched off, and stitched their ears. Tone-deaf comments, blind to the expanding levels of poverty. They were flaunting their wealth on social media, expensive cars, tacky furniture, and yucky fashion sense. Insulting comments and demeaning views. The entire political class was rotten to the core. It needed to go. It was those so-called digital wankers that showed up to do what the likes of Ndi thought they were incapable of. The call went out Tuesday, 18th June. That is when the National Assembly would decide whether they were for or against the people. We would be there, we decided. We would hold vigil outside those chambers. We would occupy Parliament. On that Tuesday, we were on the streets in our hundreds. We came out like this country belongs to us. We came out because this country belongs to us. We came out to remind them who the country belongs to. We showed up. Link-up points were numerous: Archives, Nation Center, Java. Streams of Kenyans assembled, shared flags and T-shirts, raised each other's spirits with hugs and kind words, then started going for the target, Parliament. And of course, they tried to stop us. Handcuffs on arrival. The police started arresting us immediately. At Archives, Hanifa was accosted by a thug who happened to be a plainclothes police officer. He assaulted her, robbed, and destroyed her belongings on camera. Then his colleagues arrested her. A gang of uniformed men descended on Khalid at Nation Center. Similar scenes unfolded around the city: harassment and targeting, tear gas on Kimathi Street, tear gas at Jamia Mosque, all across town. Helmets, shields, rungus, boots, running, hiding, reassembling, moving. They were determined to not let us get to Parliament. We were determined to get to our destination. Did we get to Parliament? Hell yes. In trickles, in individual forays, in small groups, then gradually bigger ones, quickly dispersed, then seeping again through the cracks in uniformed walls on a mkokoteni with the finance bill. We did not occupy Parliament grounds that first day, but we got there. We were dragged into Land Cruisers, into Mariamus, into Subarus, into lorries. Cells were packed to full capacity that evening. 300 in Central Police Station, 50 or so at Kamkunji. Crowds of Kenyans singing in defiance. Hatutasimama maovu yaki. Bado mapambano, mapambano, mapambano. Ametuzoea. Wanataka kutumaliza woi. No level of harassment was going to diminish our defiance. Innumerable citizens behind bars all across the country. Their crime? Assembling peacefully as per our constitutional right. Expressing ourselves as per our universal human rights. Being on the streets, our forebearers fought for. Some of us spent the night on cold cell floors on that Tuesday. Some of us got home in the depths of the night. Many of us congregated on different social platforms. Something had shifted. You could feel it in the air. You could almost taste it. We did not know what or how deeply, but tectonics had shifted. There was fresh ink on the pages of our history. Thank you.
Did I have a promise? Did I undersell? Oh, fantastic. Thank you. So we'll proceed on to the next one. I just had a tiny announcement. If you're making your way towards the emergency exit for the reasons we stated earlier, it would be wonderful if you avoided the camera right at the back. Don't pass right in front of it. because then your ex might be able to trace you. And with that said, as I mentioned, Marcus here will be taking pictures. If you do not want to appear in any of them, hakuna shida. We're okay with that. Just do a small gesture and he will understand. Fantastic. And on to the next performance. His name is Lexus Mshairi. Oh, let's go. Okay. Okay. The lesson to be learned there is carry your own audience and fan base wherever you go. Wherever you go. That is not just for politicians. It applies for all of us. All right? Now, for those of us who are not in that van coming, Lexus is a poet and I dare say a musician as well. He's fantastic with the words and the melodies. He co-founded collective called Rafinki, which actually does gigs here at Baraza. So when you like what he does, pass by next week on Thursday. They'll have an open mic. You don't have to use the open mic, but you can still listen. He has a book out called Roga Nisiroge. Fantastic. And he also had a gig by the same name. If I start explaining Roga Nisiroge, I'm going to kill the joke. So find someone who speaks Sheng around you and if they start with witchcraft, they're on the right line. Don't get scared. Roga Nisiroge explores poetry through Sheng and Kikamba. He doesn't like saying it, but there are sprinkles of English in there as well. And explores how, as a community, we cannot heal individually. We have to heal collectively and in all the different parts that make us a community. And now, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary people, please give a huge round of applause for Lexus Mshairi.
Hi guys. This is so much pressure. So much pressure. I'm terrified. Yeah. Halo. Halo. Tuko njaa na gava inakula njaro. Hiking Kilimanjaro. Kujivinjaro. Wakati mwananchi chini hajapata salo, watoto wanazikwa na maparo, barabara zinakaa mitaro, na hata wakijenga kujijenga. Hizo matenga Kwa benki ni matenga zilifaa kupewa raia. Actually, ni matenda zilifaa kupewa raia. Aya, uongozi mbaya. Kaya, wao kudai retire. Baada ya mikopo amezisaya. Nani atabaki lipa madeni haya? Kasi the common mlipa ushuru. Apigani uhuru. Alafu ishika squatter. Water. Stima. Tunapimiwa kama jela. Na inatukera. Kutupora. Na wanadai ficha hizo figa kama dera. We cannot distance ourselves from the things that we are going through as a people. It will be injustice for me as a creative to focus on mental health or a particular theme and say that, you know, I don't care about politics or I don't care about the things or the reality that you're going through. Who am I serving if I'm not serving the people that I'm actually living with? My art is supposed to speak like onto that, like it's supposed to be documenting the realities that you're going through. So in my other attempt of documenting that, we were on the streets. Abu said, comrade power. Yeah. Yeah. Mama, niombe, nisiibe, gava inachukia kompe. Nimepewa sauti nisijikompe. Nitoke nyuma nitembe hadi mbele kuongoza revolution. Revolution hata wakitu wanadai kutu ua before to become. Si tusha become. Hakuna mambo waramu, ni simu zetu. Hashtag tubadilishe vile kunakaa. Speaking love kwa hizi mitaa vile inafaa. Mali nimekaa ni juu ya Everest. Najaribu kubalance chi. Sandman anajaribu kuchanganya my vision, lakini nishapata sababu. Hile dhahabu imezikwa ndani ya upendo. Mali mwili wangu hupo ni pa magendo. Binadamu wanapunguzwa tu, nambari zimeandikwa kwa ngozi. Juu ya woga wa vitoza machozi, unapata hawaoni mbele. Hawa raia hawajui sheria, na kama basi si kikamili. Pili, nitarudia hili: utumwa, slavery, huishi ndani ya akili. Nje ni soko, watu wazima na watoto ni addicts, kupeana sehemu zao za uhuru zibadilishwa na sigara. Chimba deep kwa hii skull kama umelala, ndo uweze kubahini amri 48 za uongozi. Na kuna vile pia wa viongozi washageuka masadist na walalaheri. Ni ushuru yangu imewaeka pale, lakini tawahusu kweli nikiwaambia ukweli. Vile hii kukosa kitu edible ya kuweka commandable inatupea hata fikra za kuwa cannibal. Tulipata B, tulipata C, wakatupromise education ndo key, watoto wao overseas. C, huku wenye degree already tuko CRB. Nini hii? Si uongozi mbaya. Kila kukicha madeni wanazidi kuzisaya. Na nasikia mwananchi wa kawaida ndo anafaa kulipa madeni haya. Ni kwa nini maji inatumika kudecorate capital city, wakati watu wengine kuna ingine wanakufa na kiu? Few wana survive, wanabaki kwa ring na demons zao. Wakisha poteza matumaini, the next thing wanafikiria ni kuenda maisha yao. Lakini we niambie, ni aje utafurahia kusummon death na hata uchaishi? Especially wakati kuishi kumeshikwa captive na hii illusion ya ndoto. Leaders wakihitaji procedures mingi ndio atiwa kuwe na utu. Nikitoka kwa hii state ya mtu, narudi nikiandika kitu. Tafsiri ya maneno ya Kimathi. Hawa viongozi wanatupora ardhi, akiba waliofaa kutulinda ndo wanahiba. Na sio maji tu, pia hata dignity ya wasichana wetu. Amantla Demos Kratos, power to the people. Atikolwani inasemaje? Yes, mandatory. Power to the people, sifo za uhuru. Mind ni barracks zimeshikilia statue ya liberty. Gunfire tuki-exchange na apathy, musical chords. Ndio gorilla kupiga ama warlords. Hoya karao, mbona unaleta bunde kwa vita ya amani?
I don't even want to accentuate that. Just leave it at that. In my other life, when I'm not pretending to be an MC, I am an artist, and one of my goals is to be as chilled out as Lexus is on stage. It's like, ish. I promise the book is as chilled out, but the message still hits home. So you can find him after this. It goes for 1,000 shillings. And it's amazing because it was going for 1,000 shillings even before Ruto's economy did what it did. Thank you so much for paying attention so far. We are transitioning back into storytelling. And the next artist is an actor, a teacher, a drama teacher, one of the finest people I know in the scene, and a musical theater geek. If you know your musicals, I promise you, like I challenge you after this, just corner the coming artist and ask them whatever question you have about whatever musical. And yes, that's for you, Karishma, and that's for you, Eric, and that's for you. I know the musical people in the building. She's a fine actor, a fine storyteller, and if you have children, or if you yourself do need dramatic training, please contact her after this. Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary people, a big hand for Doana Owano.
The explosion. When they harassed us that Tuesday, when they arrested us, when they tried to arraign some of us in court the next day, they thought we were done. How wrong they were. On Thursday, we were out again, in all shades and colors, from all backgrounds and neighborhoods, in all shapes and sizes, influencers, artists, students, parents, lastborns, baddies, straights, queers, cool kids, ordinaires, Barbies, Wanati, everyone united by our Kenyan identity. Wakadinali had prophesied that iko siku mayouth wataungana. We were witnessing it in 4K. We were participating in it. Religion, economic class, ethnic backgrounds did not matter. We were all together for the same cause. People unblocked each other after years for the cause. People who had never agreed once were shocked to find themselves on the same page. United by the desire for better governance, united by resentment. We were not discriminating on motivation. Any bond worked. Sometimes, prophets do not even know they are seers. Sometimes, the drivers of revolution have no clue they are stoking the fires. When Michael from Homa Bay reminded us how the language in the first article of the Kenyan Constitution grants us sovereign power, it was months before. No one knew what was down the road. The people shall, mandatory. Michael had been ahead of his time. He shaped the way for us to understand our power, to grasp our agency, that we could exercise our democratic power directly. You should have seen us, dressed in all black, flags draping our bodies. You should have seen us, chanting protest slogans, singing at the top of our voices. You should have seen us, toothpaste painted on our faces, fearlessly facing guns. You should have seen us. placards raised high, water bottles swinging. We were breathing in tear gas and breathing out fire. Tear gas was the scent of revolution. We would be dispersed momentarily, but not stopped. There is can in canister. The possibility of what we could achieve pushed us further, so we reassembled. It was beyond a few hundreds now, it was in the thousands. It was glorious. You could feel the pulse pumping in the streets, the electricity crackling through the air, the hope lighting up in thousands of hearts like clouds of fireflies. It was all around the country. Mambo ilikuwa vulai countrywide. There was no turning back. Goal ilikuwa kufinish kumalo in 35 out of 47 counties, in every major urban center. Eldoret outdid Kondele for once. Mombasa, Nakuru, Nairobi, Kisumu, Meru, name it. Mastingo zilikuwa deadly. Someone pickpocketed a cop and made off with a tear gas canister. Saved us tears and water. Some comrades galloped off with police horses. Turns out equestrian skills are necessary for protests. We thank them for their service. Talents that could have been presented in the Premier League or Olympics shot put was applied for other purposes, like returning to sender. The state upped the game. Wakatunyunyuzia maji. Gender reveal colors sprayed from water cannons, paid for by money that could have been used to pay teachers, constantly refilled and ready to deploy with determination and ingenuity that could be applied to the fire brigade to save lives and property. We all got involved in civic engagement somehow. Techies were deep in it. Influencers sacrificed their aesthetic. Buddies were shooting get ready with me videos to go to Maandamano. We crowdsourced for information. We identified road cops, killer cops, snipers. We found the numbers of our members of parliament and invented an accountability system called Kusalimiwa. We compiled the faces of shame, those who had betrayed the people. We compiled their businesses. We paid them a visit. We went to some of their homes, reminded them that they were not as untouchable as they thought they were. Doctors showed up for us. They set up medical camps for free, took care of us selflessly, all while the police shot at, tear gassed, and bullied them, all while the government frustrated medical interns. Lawyers showed up to every police station. They bailed us out. Faith Odhiambo and her LSK troops camped at courtrooms, challenged the state's abuse of power, and represented fellow Kenyans pro bono. Legend goes that at one of the protests, a lady showed up with boiled maize, selling each cob for 20 shillings. Kenyans bought them at 50 each and cleared her stock. Such was the love. And those who could not be on the street supported in all the ways they could. They reposted, they reshared, they amplified calls for help. They threw needed fresh water bottles to their fellow citizens. Businesses offered a place to shelter. Java and Kilimanjaro Kimathi Street sheltered Kenyans. Jamia Mosque and All Saints gave us space to set up medical camps. Multiple shops, businesses, M-Pesas, and restaurants all opened their doors to citizens seeking respite. We tracked missing people, kept a register of those who had disappeared, celebrated together when someone was found. We donated so much blood, we broke national records. We donated so much money to help the wounded, hurt, and grieving families that we went at least 2 times over the initial target, over 30 million shillings. We were not sure we had a country, but we knew we had a people. Oh, and the music. From reggae to rhythm to hip hop to urban tone to genge tone to gospel. The music, it was a melodic movement. We sang, we rapped, we danced. Tulianguka nayo mbaya. We repurposed old gospel music. We created new chants, new calls and responses. We wrote new songs. We resurrected old protest music. We resuscitated dying rallying calls. We raised our voices in the streets. We stopped clubbing at the same hour to chant down the oppressive regime and sing the songs of the movement. The poetry, the skits, the short digital play, the animation, the cartoons, the burst of art was incredible. We watched out for each other. In the streets, strangers would tell you where the cops were, who the cops were. We clung on to our friends when the police tried to drag them away. We shouted at the top of our digital voices when they arrested people who could not manage to post about it. We tracked down where people were being taken. We carried our injured. We tended to our wounded. We fed our hungry. We caught thieves when some of us were robbed and reclaimed their property. We escorted each other home. We made sure we were safe. We were peaceful. We were many. We were beautiful. Oh, we were beautiful. You should have seen us. You should have been there. Were you there? At that point, the president, if he had any sense, could have easily resigned and cited Kenyan unity as his greatest achievement. Whether it was on the foundation of shared hatred for him and his policies, it was still unity. But he didn't. All he did was fuel the fire. Moto ya hasira ilikuwa inatulia kidogo inaongezwa moto. Like when news emerged that members of parliament had been bribed 2 million shillings each to vote yes for the finance bill, the legislature was fully under the grips of the executive. At some point, it became clear to all of us that bringing down one bill was not going to solve our problems. The parliament needed to be recalled, especially those who had voted yes. And to kill the monster, the head had to be chopped off. The movement still pushed to reject Finance Bill 2024, but more importantly, one way or another, whatever it took, it was crystal clear that Ruto must go. Ikawa Zakayo lazima ashuke, na lazima ashuke na ushuru yake, na ashuke na cost of living. So we kept coming out. That Tuesday, 18th June, that Thursday, 20th June, then Tuesday, 25th June, Thursday, 28th June, Sabasaba. It was a weekly affair. Twice a week, and occasional flash maandamano. Why not? If unemployment made it impossible for us to do anything productive with our lives, then we were going to decide what productivity meant for us. This was our productivity. This is how we build our nation. Thank you.
Tushaskia
should watch out. Because the minute this person starts identifying as a poet and publishing their lyrics, we are done for. Like, the poetry scene and the music scene, zote in the bag. And now, beautiful human beings, please put your hands together for Njoki Karu.
Hi. Okay. So before I begin my set, I usually don't like beginning by talking because I get very shaky. But Newman was supposed to be here with me today, but he got called and had to go do put out some fires somewhere. And he was really gracious enough to work on all the tracks you'll be listening to today. Very short notice, and I wouldn't want to not appreciate that effort because he really took his time, he really took his skill to put that together for us. And so I really feel like I needed to say that just to begin, and yeah, we'll begin. Newman is a guitarist. Just in case you thought it was a cat. Mavumbini atarudi, na tukifika huko tutaimba haleluya. Makao ya raha iko huko mbinguni. Binadamu ni mavumbi, mavumbini atarudi. Binadamu ni mavumbi, mavumbini atarudi. Na tukifika huko tutaimba haleluya. Makao ya raha iko huko mbinguni. Mwili wake hunyauka kama wala bondeni. Mwili wake hunyauka kama wala bondeni. Mwili wake hunyauka kama
iko huko mbinguni. Na tukifika huko tutaimba haleluya. Makao ya raha iko huko mbinguni. Makao ya raha iko huko mbinguni. Makao ya raha iko huko mbinguni.
So, during the whole maandamano period, you know, when you feel like you have so much to say, but you don't know what exactly or how, you don't know what to say, you don't know how to say it. And so I remember on this particular day, I was like, I would really want to write a song about this entire thing, but I don't know where to begin, and I don't have the time that I would like to sit down and write. Then Ochiko sends me a message, and he says, hey, we are writing a few songs about blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, that's really, really cool. Let me see if maybe I can create some time to come. And I had this thought. You know, if you've taken care of a child, or if you have a child, there are those songs you sing when you're trying to get them to sleep, when you're playing, you know, like there's just songs you have with your child. And I thought about the mothers putting their children in the ground, right? What would they tell their children? Because like you've held them for their entire lives, you've put them to sleep, and now this is the final time you're putting them to sleep. Like that's it. So yeah, so we came up with this song.
Walimchukua kutoka mikono yangu, serikali ya unga na watu wasio watu. Walininyang'anya mtoto toka mikono yangu, serikali ya uwezi na watu wasio utu. Mawingu yametanda, kaburi imeshukishwa, kasisi amesema nenda salama, nenda. Lala mtoto lala, lala mtoto lala. to the fallen. Freedom is calling. Lift our voices, tell our stories.
This is a song, sorry. This is a song Ngartia asked for, and so this is for you.
Damu kwa mkeka, mioyo yao pigwa risasi. Kimya kasikika, mioyo zao nenda mbinguni. Kwenye giza na ugomvi, kwenye vita na machozi, tutaomba kulijenga taifa letu, tutaomba ndio wajibu wetu, tutaomba e Mungu, nguvu yetu, tunaomba. Mawingu yametanda, jua amepotea angani. Mawimbi yatugonga, bado twasimama kwa imani. Kwenye giza na ugomvi, kwenye vita na machozi, majibu wetu tunaomba. Ee Mungu, tunaomba. Thank you so much for having me. This is absolutely brilliant. Thank you for coming. And we keep rejecting.
Me, I need time. And so I'm going to give you time as well. So take 5 minutes, get a drink, think about your life. Think about that. Download Njoki's music right now. All right? And that's for you too, people at home. This is the time to, I don't need to give you directions to your washrooms. So in 5 minutes, we'll resume, and then after that, will be a marathon to the end. All right? Thank you. I'll think about my life this side. Is there anyone worrying about anything at the back? Oh, at the back they're worrying about a lot of things. Anyone worrying about anything at the front? Okay, thank you for the 2 people. If you've thought about your life, if you've gotten a drink, if you're in the process of getting your drink or your snack, then you have around 60 seconds to get it done and get back to your seat slowly. To our friends who are at the exhibition, it's going to be still up at the end of the performance, and it will be up for a few days after this as well. And for everyone watching from home, we're about to get back to our second section. I need to test the waters before I bring the next artist. And so I'm going to do the first part of a prayer, and you're going to help me with the second part of it. All right? Ruto must? Ruto must? Ruto must? All right. So here's the thing. There's a separation between Kenyans. The people who chant that are on the right side of history. The people who make noise when that is being chanted are completely on the wrong side of history. Right? Yes? So we try again. Tujaribu tena. Aya. Ruto must? Ruto must? Ruto must? Fantastic. The next artist, I won't introduce him much. His art speaks for itself. His name is Cricket. And if you're wondering what that means, I still am, but I've been so awed by his art that I no longer worry about that. If you would be kind enough to present your ears and your hearts, and after this, your social media follows on his Cricket writes. Cricket, the insect, and then writes with a pen. It's like, but he writes about rights, so, no? Okay, moving on swiftly. Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary people, a big applause for Cricket Rights.
United shall never be defeated. Our people united shall never be defeated. Our people united shall never be defeated. Our people united shall never be defeated. Mnajua leo ni siku gani? Mnajua leo ni siku gani? Ati Monday ni kazi. Wewe acha bana. Leo ndio siku dunia huko tuseme inasherehekea siku ya waliopotezwa. Ni serious hiyo design. So najua si wengi wata second hii piece, but a minute of silence to all the victims when forced disappearances. So leo hata wakichain my body lazima nita free my mind kama misere. Sita betray hii motherland kwa kusubmit kwa oppression. Kwa hii country imejaa patriots kwa jails na prisons. Juu ekonomia ni colonialist na hii regime na create poverty na kufanya ama youths wanakuwa criminals. Nimekataa kunyamaza kuona tunaoga mikono kuserve bullets. Leo hata kama history haitaandikwa na pen, waambieni basi waiandike na rifle. Sina fear imprisonment kwa regime na treat citizens kama slaves. Inatudeny human rights na bado kwa public holidays naimba love, peace and unity. So niaje hii country ni most democratic time others wanakufa kwa detention cells na torture chambers. Niaje hii country ni most democratic time others wanakufa na njaa. Country ni prison, home ya oppressed, alafu a small minority na enjoy privileges. Exam papers zimechelewa kufika Turkana, ati transport ni ya udu. Na ballot papers zilifika before 6 a.m. We wacha bana. So tutaunganisha stima, tutaunda barabara, tutajenga serikali na vijana ya bodaboda na mama mboga. So akaka slogan kakasha goa goa. Mr. President ni route O gani unatupeleka? Kusema education ni free na vile books ni expensive ni ku-exercise our minds. Kusema education ni free na jana kuna mtu yalisare shule juu alikosa uniform ni ku-exercise our minds. So gunshots na sauti za tinga hata kwa speaker kwa mwananchi amenyesho inafanya hearts zao even more wetter. Alafu kuna sauti ina ring kwa mind. Mukinichagua hakuna mwananchi atabomolewa tena. Mukinichagua hakuna kijana atapigwa risasi. Hebu nione wale wanasema tuanze na ile jamaa ya bottom. Lakini Mkenya, soma story ya Jaramogi. Utagundua Kenya bado hakuna. Wrong history kwa classes ndio maana youths. Legacy ya mseka Steve hawajui. Kazi tu ni biko. December 12, tuna celebrate Jamhuri Day, but story ya December 12 movement. Nani anainarrate? Mkenya. Pambana. Time ina fly. Na daily, nation ni propaganda za orezo kwa flights, kujaribu kulan jobs kwa youths. Nation ni sick. Hata doctors wako mgomo. Hakuna budget ya kulipa doctors, but kuna budget ya unconstitutional CASs at a cost. The Star News Bulletin. Mwakenya nilikeji kina Karemi wanatumia kupass exams za history yenye stories za kina Karari, Ndudhu zimepigwa njama na kuerest kama role ya women kwa Maumau. Guy, mwadhani wa Igoro, hata wale walikuwa kwa scandal ya NYS bado wako kwa government offices wana earn. Meru alichagua governor wakidhani atapiga Kawera, but saa hii hakuna mwangaza. Nairobi Johnson bado anasaka ja. Guy, mwadhani wa Igoro, hata wale walikuwa kwa scandal ya NYS bado wako kwa government offices wana earn. Meru alichagua governor wakidhani atapiga Kawera, but saa hii hakuna mwangaza. Kwa government inanunua curtains za 10 million. Niambieni akina nani wanabebwa mapasia? Zakayo, shuka. So time church inakuwa the spiritual arm of the dictator. We Yohana, Maki, enzi ya kina Ezekiel. Time kanisa, walitumia kanisa kuomba kura. Alafu sai wanatumia kifua kuongoza. Time constitution ilifaa kukaa tiba. Zakayo, shuka. So ni wazee wamekula chumvi ndio plot vile sugar itakuwa na mercury. Ndio kufunga wananchi macho vile serikali inakopa. Ni kanisa ilitumika kuomba kura, wakaswa na Biblia, but sai wanatumia kifua kuongoza. Time constitution ilifaa kukaa tiba. So call kutoka kwa streets. Call kwa rezon ni short call, but najua itakuwa na haja kubwa. Call kutoka kwa streets. Call kutoka kwa streets. DP wako ni hustler na dose kwa self. Real hustler na dose kwa shelves za vibanda kwa streets. Ananyeshewa daily na bado na power yako Irene. Mr. President, serikali ilikuwa ya mama mboga ama ya mama mwenye mashamba ya mboga? So tutaunganisha stima aje? Time Power News, story shock na airport imekosa lighting. Kizunguzungu majirani wanacheka wanaongozwa na kina Samia na bado hawana suluhu. Story ya vijana wa boda boda. Kwani ilikuwa ya kututake for a ride ama? Na Zakayo. Mbona story ya kuunda barabara imekuwa ngumu kama kujaza maji kwa poti imejaa holes. A people united shall never be defeated. A people united shall never be defeated. A people united shall never be defeated. So policies walitype alafu zikasainiwa na ball pen, na hapo ndio tulichezwa. Koti wakapiga perfume na expectaji wataheshimu court order. 21st century bado gava inatumia unga kubribe nation kuvote. Mkulima wa kahawa na golos after sales jua kutoa chai. So nani haoni Kenya bado hakuna. Nani hata articulate article 1 ya constitution vifiti. All sovereign power the people ni set flani ya rulers wa protect wealth kwao. Sunday wamekram apostles creed, alafu Monday greed ina drive na testimonies za vile 7 days without prayer inawafanya weak. Wewe hujasikia kiongozi wa Wanga alikuwa na bongo na bado alikuwa deceived na sweets. Mambo leo still ni ukoloni. Believe me, hata Mugabe angekuwa Kenya na angetaka anyone amuite roba ama ni roba. We wacha bwana. Tunaishi na country by the president anapenda the youth, but most strategic jobs anapenda the old, na kwa hiyo mood still awari. Country yenye ina constitution kama ni leadership nachagua humanity kwa leader wangu. Juu kama leadership ni school degrees na certificates, basi hadi zile karatasi za Waititu zilikuwa true. Ni Ferdinand alizimisinterpret. So pieces mob za peace wasanii wanaandika lakini bado hana amani. Kiongozi mwananchi alichagua already anamfichia white. Already ana stock ya ngano ya kubandika posters ya campaign na Turkana tunakufa njaa. Wanjiku hawezi afford kawairi mom kulimwa roskoko na majani chai analia njaa toka time ya Nyayo. Afya center ni kama base fulani ya viongozi waende snacks. Docs ni less, hospitals ni less na zenye ziko hazina madawa. Doc ana complain of protective gears ndio anatekcha ya 4M na last time sinases wali strike ni jana. Si wages zinafanya mwalimu kuhata kidato. Si wages zina do natives kwa evicted Kariobangi, Mukuru na Ruai. Unanyomoke Ruai ginya hakiri. So equality iko wapi time kuna mwenye nchikare na kona aneka ya parking na aneka smoking zone na parking large kuliko chuo fulani iko Dandora, Korogosho na Mathare. Equality iko wapi time kuna mwenye nchikare na kona aneka ya parking aneka smoking zone na parking large kuliko chuo fulani iko Dandora, Korogosho na Mathare. So tunataka police service ya police force. Utumishi kwa wote si utumisi kwa kara wengine. Jukara wengine ni same na photographers kila time they've got a clear shot ni kama makara wengine kwa class waliitwa sura viatu vile wamekuwa sharp shooters. Tulienda recruitment za makarao alafu tukaambiwa tuko na shida ya macho. Alafu after kutembea station tukapata afande amevaa miwani. So niambieni nani alifunga mwingine macho? Ama tulifungua macho? Juu tulikosa za macho. Unaona ni gani wewe? Yeah? Najua nikikam nimetoka Nax. Kulikuwa na show kali sana. Alafu on my way nimekuja nikifikiria tuliambiwa Yesu anakuja juu ya wanyonge, waliodhulumiwa, waliofanyiwa. Alafu nikakumbukaje? Walisema huyu Yesu anarudi kama nini? Kama mwizi. Alafu kitu imegonga kwa akili yangu ni ati hii Kenya vile imebadilishwa kwa police state. Uona dhani huyo Yesu atafikia maskini kweli? Ama alishamweka Mukuru kwa jenga kwa gunia? Nikubai hiyo design. A people united shall never be defeated. A people united shall never be defeated. Aliuta continua. Tunasema aliuta continua. Sawa? Aliuta continua. Against what? Mnataka against what? Adi Ruto ni mwizi ni wazimu wa ukweli. Ni wazimu. Wewe cheza bana. Mimi nakwambia hii gavani kama fundi fulani wa mjengo kwa kila story inatukoroga. Ina export hadi walimu, si ndio? Lakini tuko in solidarity na watu wa Palestine, si ndio? From the river to the sea, Palestine shall be free, si ndio? Na mimi nasema tuzidi kupambana, mapambano bado inaendelea. Na tuzidi kusoma more of progressive writing, si ndio? Ndio tusikue tunachanganywa kidogo. Niliona senator mwingine, najua tu watu kuwa kona mambo, alisema sijui youths ni watu wamechanganyikiwa, hatujui kitu tulikuwa tunataka. Nasema mtamsalimia. So mimi nasema like wacha tu tukue a country yenye ina progressive people. Wase wenye wanasikiza conscious art like this, ndio? Wase wanasukuma agenda za kujenga, si agenda za kubomoa, si ndio? Mimi naitwa cricket rights na tuzidi kupambana. Ati Ruto ni mwizi ni wazimu wa ukweli. Ruto ni mwizi ni wazimu wa ukweli. 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 Ruto ni mwizi. Ni wazimu wa ukweli.
Ni wazimu. Wazimu. Ni wazimu. Mimi na watu chukua hizo bendera tuende sai. Zakayo fanya nini? Zakayo nini? Fantastic. Kama si sai? Fabulous. Aya. So flash maandamano sai. Tushuke hivi Riverside. Mko chonjo? Bendera juu. Nice. Kama uko karibu na t-shirt uichukue saizi. Mko tayari? Aya. Kuna kitu nilisema huko mwanzo mazee, nataka kukua kaa Lexus wenye anakuwa compost. Tusahau hiyo story. Kutoka saa hii. Form ni hiyo, ndio. Tusonge. Aya, sawa. Back to Lexus mode. So we are on the home stretch. Yes. Hey. Mwalimu wa English. Kisungumkuti. So we are on the home stretch. We are about to tutakapandisha hivyo tena, katapanda tena, msiwe na worry. But for now nataka roho zenu kidogo. Mali zimechemka, ni sawa, acha ziendelee kuchemka, lakini nataka kuongeza mafuta kidogo, si ndio? So the next act is the third of our fantastic trio of actors and storytellers. One of the brightest voices of a generation that's rising. Gen Z, oye! Aya, mumekuwa na actors hapa millennial. Kuna huyu actor anakuja, huyu ni Gen Z, ni wenu. Fabulous actor, fabulous stage manager, a fabulous director. Honestly, the next 10, 20 years of theater and, I dare say, film industry belongs to this person. Come for me anytime, in that duration. Come for me, uniulize, ulisema nini, and I shall stand on my word. She has a show after this. It's September 20th, 21st, 22nd. It's called Repeat After Me. Ni wazimu. The show is called Repeat After Me. You are in luck because the early bird tickets are ending tomorrow at 800 shillings. Apart from me, show mmekuja ya bure. Where else do you get such a rate? All right? So, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary people, put your hands together for Chadota.
The aftermath. Thursday, 20th June 2024. A beautiful day. Kenyans came out in the thousands. Heck, I would say millions, but who was counting? Kenyans were out, held together by the desire for a more sustainable future, a livable present, demanding that the best years of their lives should not be spent escaping from this country to send money back home. We sang, we marched, we protested, we exercised our rights, we demanded for better. When the day was done, many of us went home, boarded matatus, got into cabs on boda-bodas, some of us walked home, and some went to ease the tension away in clubs, in pubs, in churches, in restaurants, wherever we felt safe. Many went back home into the arms that love us, to be in community with family, the people our hearts choose. Many of us went to our beds in our villages, estates, apartments, houses. We went back to our children, to our lovers, to our parents. One of us did not. He was walking down the street. He was not protesting. No one was protesting at that hour. The protests were done for the day. He was just trying to make it home. But one other person did not care. A police officer, a representative of the Kenyan government. He pulled out a gun, bought with our money, serviced by our taxes, raised a hand, trained by our government, in an institution maintained by our sweat. He pulled the trigger. The bullet hit that young man in the thigh property. It ruptured an artery. He fell to the ground bleeding, and all this was caught on camera. Everyone was startled by the gunshot. Chaos ensued, people running, seeking safety. It cleared soon enough to realize that one of us was down. His friends picked him up and carried him to the nearest medical center. But they were denied help, and they begged, they pleaded, and tried to reason. But they were still denied help. No emergency services responded. There was no public medical center nearby. There was no trained medic on the scene to turn an unfatal situation into, "Fuchs, that was a close call story." Because this country does not allow that. Because this country eats its young. This country sucks the blood out of its people. The young man bled out to death on that floor on that evening of June 20th, 2024. His name is Rex Kanyike Masai. He was the first life that the Kenyan government ended when we asked for better. He was nowhere near the last. That's how they started killing us. Moment of silence. You do not know courage. You do not know courage if you are not there. You do not know courage if you did not witness, or if, at the very least, you did not watch the videos of Kenyans with nothing but flags, water bottles in their hands, and hope in their hearts. Kenyans chanting, "Ruto must go," over and over and over. Past the gates, past the fallen fences, past the low walls, into parliament grounds. You do not know courage if you have never witnessed young Kenyans unarmed, striding straight towards the barrels of guns pointed at them. You do not know courage if you have never witnessed young Kenyans, louder than the gunshots, going down every time the triggers were pulled. Submachine guns, automatic rifles, pistols fired in their faces, dipping down like a rehearsed dance, waiting, then rising to keep going. You do not know courage if you did not witness the moment that #Occupied Parliament transformed from a figurative phrase into a literal call to action. From being in the vicinity to being in the building. That moment, Kenyans actually occupied Parliament and reclaimed the space that belongs to them. This house that had been turned into a pigsty. You do not know courage if you did not see them go through the doors, if you did not witness 25th June 2024. When Kenyans arrived, the bravado disappeared from the faces of all those condescending members of parliament. All that remained was whatever cowardly fuel pushed their feet as they ran away from the people they represented, from their constituents to a secret tunnel. And we wondered, if you're a good leader, why would you run from those you lead? If you did not stay silent and witness them disappear. You do not fear if you do not know fear, if you did not see them scamper to the basement, if you did not see how they hid in ambulances trying to escape. You know, I wish we did not know ruthlessness the way we do now. After witnessing snipers shoot David Chege in the forehead right in front of our eyes, blood and brains on the tarmac. I wish we did not know about cold-blooded killing like we do now after we watched Eric Kayoni Shieni dancing on live TV in one moment, shot dead by a police officer in the next. I wish we did not know evil like we do now after we witnessed our friends killed for being on our own streets. But we do. We are familiar, for they came for more of us. They shot us in the streets. They shot us in our estates. They killed us outside our gates as we screamed for someone to, please, please, just open. We know, though. Githurai knows what a night riddled with gunshots sounds like. what it's like when booths converge in your locality and refuse to leave until all life outside has been snuffed out. 45 knows what it's like for the bodies to disappear. 44 knows. Zimmerman knows. Mirema knows. Embakasi knows. Karatina knows. Kakamega knows. Rongai knows what 8 bullets look like and feel like in the body of a 12-year-old. Ngong knows what it sounds like to have bullets flying over you all night. Kitengela knows what it's like for unmarked Subarus to race into your area, ferrying men with masked faces, shooting indiscriminately. Roysambu knows. We know it intimately, and I wish we did not, but we do. I wish I did not know what it's like to see bodies pulled out of garbage pits, chopped up, wrapped in polythene bags. I wish I did not know what it's like to have bodies float up in dams and quarries, bodies surface in random rivers. I wish we did not know, but we do. We know what it feels like when an unjust system is called out and it lashes out. I wish we could have all gone home safely. I wish we did not have to look over our shoulders, but we did, and we still do, because you just never know. Because they could come knocking. They have come knocking. They will come to abduct, to drive us away in unidentifiable cars. You remember those cars we saw roaming the streets? That red Ford pickup, that white pickup with canvas covering the back, carrying those who killed us. For those who killed us are known too. We know Rex Masai's killer. We know the sniper at Parliament. We know many of those who came for us, and they have faced no consequences. For there is no justice in this country if you are a mwananchi wa kawaida. And we know too much now. So we document. We remember. We put this down. We tell these stories, for this is our testament to the future, for ourselves. For those who come after us, whoever you are, wherever you are, however this is getting to you, may you tuck this deep in your heart where you keep your rawest truths. We showed up. We answered that age-old question, when will Kenyans get hungry enough? We got hungry enough. We got together. We came out and it was beautiful. Whatever happens, we cleared the ground and planted seeds. They will bloom somewhere in the future. We will reap a revolutionary harvest. Heaven knows we deserve it. Viva!
Please keep that going. And may we never forget. All right. I need you to take a deep breath in and out. A second one. And out. A third one. And out. These are heavy things to listen to. But there are even heavier things to witness, and way more heavier things to be part of. And we've been through the most this year, man. We've been through the most. And I hope you're kind to yourself. I hope you've been kind to yourself. And you keep being kind to everyone around you, because we deserve it. Telling these stories, documenting them, is one small step. But it's a very, very, very small price to pay. There are people who've paid bigger prices. And we can't forget that. It may not be today, but one day, somehow, I believe it deep in my heart, we will get justice. Thank you for sitting through that. We are about to up it a bit. Hopefully you haven't sunk too low to not come up. And I think you might need your Sheng translator if you had acquired one in the previous performance. If not, this is the moment to do it. The artist I'm about to introduce, I hope you've encountered the fantastic work he's been doing in matatus across Nairobi and across Kenya. There is inject and then there is what he's doing on a daily basis. And today you happen to be in a sacco. Sijui matatu yetu tutaita aje. Baraza sacco. Ah, fantastic. Dondani nani? Mati, mimi ni dereva bwana. Usiguze dereva kwa mgongo. Dereva ako na bibi lakini sitaseti watu. Kamagira ako single. So the next artist hails from Nakuru. He's done fantastic work as a spoken word artist, as a writer. He's a Ford Foundation fellow. Hawa ndio wale watu. Finally, we get to know the accused. But he is a Ford Foundation fellow because of the fantastic work he's doing with poetry and advocacy. He's been doing this for 10 years. And he's celebrating that on December 12th. Hiyo inakuanga gani? December 12th inakuwa. Ni jamhuri ama ni madaraka? Watu wa jamhuri mikono juu? Watu wa madaraka mkono juu? Kuna mtu ametoka mada pale na ainui mkono. So, December 12th, he will be having a concert to commemorate the 10 years his journey has taken. You should see him after his performance or check out his social media handles for more information on that. And now, wonderful human beings, please welcome me. Do it. Please help me in welcoming Willie Oeba.
Wow. H, are you happy to be here? Mungu anasaidia. Ai, wendi uko hapa? Hey, dear citizen. Wazi, are you happy to be here or you're here to be happy? Mic yangu ina inject. Mnanisikia? Mbona mimi sijisikii? Aya, sawa. The year is 1963. We are in the post-independence period, where every freedom fighter is hopeful that the fight against inequality is behind and not ahead of them. But this was not the case. The end to the struggle was the beginning of freedom. Freedom that came at a cost, and its currency was the echoes of injustice. You see, justice isn't just a word, it is a just word. One that comes just before the word peace. The actual peace, when you're trying to pick between that and this, if the just God is love, then justice is what love thinks it is. Well, justice is independent. A prefix into that word means none of it. Well, justice, like post-independence, we experienced what we now call historical injustice. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how the Mau Mau fighters were to be compensated land by the same government plotted against them. Let's talk about how we've forgotten about them. Let's talk about how these veterans were killed by the same people they fought besides. After them, those that they fought against were allowed to leave. Oh, we need redemption. Let's talk about the general by Mungis, Ruku, Chui. Let's talk about the deception. Let's talk about the men and the women who fought for justice. from becoming victims of injustice to Chief Justice in an era where freedom of speech was considered as death practice. Let's talk about it, because it's only in Kenya where those who fight for freedom never enjoyed it. Still, yeah. So my name is Willie Oeba. I do performances in matatus, and I believe in passing the batons and raising the next generation, what our leaders don't do.
Story, story, go. Story, story, come. Story, story, come. Story, story, go. Na story, story, come. Ndo ujue gava inatucheza. Siku hizi kila politician ako na tournament. Nakuru wachezaji wa mpira wako so sad. Yetu huko wanafaa kuwe na furaha. Hii ni after kurealize kiwanja imefunguliwa online lakini kwa grao imefungwa. Huko sports kit ni fake kama degree MP wako kwa parliament. Dear Mr. President, let's talk about IMF. Just like your friends abroad umefanya Kenya na madeni zimekuwa ma-BFF. Wewe una discuss issues za vibanda kwa KEF. Na tuko na very prayerful state house. Sasa imeamua kuwork hand in hand na maghost worker. Yani huko apart from bathing huwezi pata waoga. Government inacheza na PR, utapata mtu mmoja Busia ako na posho mill, ukienda Kiambu bado endo mama mboga. Kenya, we have a long way to go if at all politicians wanna come launch barabara using chopper. MP, kuna MP yako in denial sana, so ilimchocha jenzini watoto. Wewe unadhani sisi ni fire emoji ati hata ucheze na sisi for your status hatuwezi shika moto? Na niko na swali. Mbona walimu wamesoma ndo huinvite politician wajasoma kwa advice watoto kuhusu masomo? Education is the only key ukiwa mtoto. Ukigrow up utarealize politician hajasoma kama Sudi ndo ukuwa na the most expensive keys to their motto. Sasa Kenya, Nairobi tuliambia serikali maisha imekuwa costly, au akatupeleka coastal. Na ndio waendelee kupractice political prostitution, wameamua hata mkubwa wa magoldiga baada abaki kuwa Joho. Story story go.
Story story come.
Na story story come.
Story story go.
So from the look of things, kuna MP yako na kimbere sana. So afande with or without uniform sare kujudge my youth hata kama wame dress to kill. These looks are deceiving. People dying because your police want to earn a living. Na kijana pesa ya pombe isifanye unyonge watu juu ya kuwai bia. Nimerepi word kuliko MCA wako juu maneno ubakaji sitaki kusikia. Wacha salamu. Uchumi ni mbaya mpaka unaweza toka shopping without getting a good buy. Kenya, mafuta inatoka chini ndo price yake imekuwa the most high. Tutazidi kulose hope if at all njando kitu tunaweza shinda kupata tiba ina shida kama Kibogo alipewa pure kushiba. Free education na hiyo funding model sasa imekuwa bure kabisa. In a monthly period hedhi inazuia wa girls kuelimika. Paint our schools at least to pass na flying colors. Jenzi tulienda kwa streets na tukaambia serikali hatuna kazi. Unajua venye Ruto alituuliza, niulize ama niulize? Nasema niulize ama niulize?
Uliza.
Ati ushaisoma Bible ukakosa job wewe. Story story go.
Story story come.
Na story story come.
Story story go.
So to God be the glory. No lie hakuna good, so nowadays na worry. Kwa sababu kesi za injustices zimekuwa plenty na corruption imekuwa kama food. Ndio maana wale mfuko zao ziko full, utufull sisi wenye zetu ziko empty. Ati wakiingia kwa gavota leta change, but after election wanaingia undercover huku wanaacha watoi kwa street hata hawana kitu ya kuwa cover. As usual tunakuanga njana hatuwezi karanga. Kwa manifesto yao utadhani watakupeleka far, but ukweli ndo kitu wananga. Ile kitu wanakuanga nayo ni tamaa ya mabenzo, ndo maana wamejaza mapeni. Ikikuja ni social media, Mr. Politician upata likes many, but huwezi toa comments kwa kazi zao kwa sababu ni blank. Hazina tofauti na zile suti zao za black kuja kututishia nazo time ya campaign. So ningeambiwa ni rank wase, trust me kila msee hapa angepata grade ya E kwa sababu wa Kenya tunakuanga na extra experiences za poverty. Na mrembo, wewe unalilia mbegu ya boyfriend akutaki nikao ujue unaweza pata jeans kwa toja. Na bro kama umeunga kwa gym, usitumie mapenzi ya kifua. Au mademu wa Baraza Media Lab wanaweza kuacha juu ya msee ameunga kwa toja. So mimi naitwa Brian Silways. Mimi naitwa Brian Silways na unajua huyu ni mwalimu wangu. Sasa mwalimu wangu atasema nimemwangusha juu kuna wazungu na sijaongea hata kizungu moja. But nasema, even if you don't take a look at me, I will still do it. Then the rest of you. Then rest in peace to all the fallen comrades. You see, they don't need this moment of silence. All they need is a moment of replacement. And why did we have to kill this relationship before even our engagement? The problem is, we can't go on with this conversation because even the dent in our press is linked to your president. Now, before you respond to this, first of all, respond to those who were killed, because that's all I care about. I don't care about your entitlement. So what is this culture that people with zero interest are the one going to represent us during those agreements? Climate change and bad governance has affected us more than what you hear. Because just like the solar system, our sound system itakuhit na the likes of kina jua kali. Confusing government mpaka you don't really know whether you need fulana ama fulani. Thank you so much.
Give it up for Brian Silways. Hello. So this goes out to our fathers. Out to boys, our Jews, their dads, they are our brothers. Out to a government that doesn't care after elections, we are now treated as others. This goes out to keep it lit, because only a rising smoke that gathers. Out to moms wamekataa ku take care of their kids, watoto sasa wanapata inspiration kwa hip hop za Eminem, ona sasa martial mothers. Juu inchi ni meza wanakulia, wananchi ni viti wanakalia, kutubeba ufala ndio karia, tukijaribu kushout out loud wanatuambia tulieni, na ni si tu tunalia. Sijuzi uliona, small fish akibreak the law anakujiwa, lakini big fish akibreak the law, Nurdin Haji. So dear God, sijuzi uliona, small fish akibreak the law anakujiwa, lakini big fish akibreak the law, Nurdin. So waambie hata waandike Nairobi in small letters, bado ni capital. Jutangu class 4 daroza mao ndio mimi nilianza kuchora mistari. Pia nilienda na exercise book hoping one day nitashare one stage na Juliani. Ukabila ilikuwa so rampant, mile clan nilitambua ni uko fulani. Nasema life is a journey. Huyu dereva na drive recklessly alishakosa accident but bado ajali. Life is acceptance. Nilikutana na ule demrembo lakini alinikataa. Si vile ameweza amekubali. Life is about moving. If you haven't met the devil yet, maybe you're moving in the same direction ama wewe ndio shetani. But you have met Ruto, right? Tulikaa njaa for days. Hadi mother kutambua Michelle Nin Talami. Life ni combination ya failure na success. Vitu mosi zilikosa meaning, squeeze me ujiimpress ndo ni smile ama na smile kujiimpress. Na dream haikuhitaji do kuinvest, kama ni capital tulihitaji at the beginning of the sentence. We made it. You had a dream who was an engineer, now I can make a constructive sentence. Dream ilianzia Nax to Nais, I dream team mefika LD, main motive kuji-express. Gen Z, akili siyo syllable sana, usistress, usidigress, kuwa mdiverse. Wape hata chorus wakidai verse. It's all about the standards wakidai class. You all still call the shots, awezi divert. They accused you of greatness, did you know it a battery? You're guilty as charged, amwezi die but. Now that you have wings to fly, speak plain English. You wanna cheat on success, then kiss me, I'm Irish. Nasema fly, ego fly. Hata makanjo mtaani wanajua no hawking. Hip hop kwa beat ya chakacha na wanadai, oeba you're still rocking. Tuna pop out design ya popcorn, hata Vatican inajua apart from John Paul, someone else is popping. So dear citizen, before election, the president aliona potential voters. After election, sahi anaona taxpayer. Kwa election ye ndio referee and the player, I'm not surprised. Akitaka kwa State of the Nation address ataona fellow Kenyans. And this year's award goes to him, the most chronic liar. Vote ndio commodity, when ndio seller na politician ndio the buyer. Wacha vile wazima moto come up na fire brigade hazina maji, nao citizen amechoka ndio gava ita realize they have been playing with real fire. Na kama system ina consist the likes of kina Ichungwa na Nyoro, then the deep state is very shallow-minded. Juu, the president is setting a bad precedent. The first two letters stands for PR to the residents. Government ministries mekuwa retirement schemes na paupers, taxes ndo dividends. Ruto amaliza ende. We cannot afford to have a Patek Philippe on his wrist when he cannot afford to have our time. Na ni nani atatuokoa when violation of the Constitution doesn't look like a crime? Well, if you think this is deep, then the living standards in this country can get way too low. Hii ni solid truth, sihitaji kuflow. Wachana na Thika Road, the ruling class in this country ndo inaendesha hii Kenya under the influence, State House ndo inahitaji alcohol blow. Hatuko free. Wakenya wamekuwa masquatter kwa shamba ya Kenyatta since 1963. Na Twitter imepatia vijana kazi kushinda hii regime na ile ya Jubilee. Na kabla uniite fellow Kenyans, you must know how it feels to be me. Kwa society, kids die every day. In their defense, the police always have something to say. Forget about the money. Tuna spend so much time kwa barabara zilitengenezwa 3 times their normal cost anyway. The same SUVs bought by taxpayers' money are given way kwa the same roads matatus have to pay. During reign ya Zakayo, the youth are one bullet away from being a hashtag. Talk is cheap. Fortunately, citizens cannot buy that trash because wako one bullet away from the poverty line. IBC ndo iko na price tag. Our moms wako one demolition away from kulala njaa to kulala inje. Matatu wako only one police stop away from kulose another finje. There's nothing to smile about when I know I am one stray bullet away from being a statistic. Na degree ni makaratasi tu, hata mimi niko na moja, but now to put food on my mama's table, I have to be sarcastic. Nasema Kenya, life ni short na siongelei kinyasa. Na kaunti ya mwananchi ni empty kushinda promises za mwanasiasa. The president is talented in the art ya contempt of court. The law is very clear. His conscience is not. Justice system imeamua kureverse roles. Sasa wanaita judge my lord, alafu God is my witness. Na justice inaenda na bei ya kuongea, na mwananchi ni bubu. Mwananchi ni bubu juu pesa ya kisima waliiba, and that's the damn truth. Sudden death is viewed kama spoiled votes, that's the sad truth. Hakuna food, shelter, mata, clothing, that's the naked truth. Mayouth hawana fare kwenda job interview, politician kenye namsumbua ni mafuta ya ndege, well that's the plain truth. Life ain't easy, that's the hard truth. It's not about sagging drugs, ndo ina create ma wasted youth. Inchi mashef hawezi afford ile food wana cook. Dom optician wanalipwa hawezi hata piga look. Kill sin to see God, hata mtoe tithe aje ticket ya heaven na inunului maimuk. Itakuwaje cry za tajiri ni intellectual, lakini cry za maskini kwa masikio justice ni kelele. Itakuwaje una believe in me na nikicheza kimimi unashikwa na kiwewe. Itakuwaje unaninyima opportunity ya kupata kazi, lakini kwa club unataka nipewe. Na effect ya nguvu ya thao inafika malinduru ya mnyonge iwezi fika. Ballot box na DSTV zinafika malidisha iwezi fika. Watoto wanalala njaa, mulikunywa na pesa ya kula, na vizuri unajua pombe iwezi lika. Wanasiasa pia wanadanganya. Si movie peke yake ni kutriki. Economy imekuwa mbaya mpaka sasa hivi ukisaidia rafiki yako pesa yako unapoteza rafiki yako na pesa yako. Wonder why you got broken. Na ile hoteli yenye unaenda ukiwa na manzi yako ukiwa peke yako, wewe bro huwezi jipeleka. Unatafuta mapenzi wapi na wewe mwenyewe umeshindwa kujipenda? Jesus alibetraywa na kiss. Nyinyi mko hapa mnajichocha juu mlipewa hug. Wajinga nyinyi. Kwa nchi hata Chief Justice ana cry for justice. Hakuna mtu akoshua na hii katiba. Ndio maana lawyers wana practice. So dear Mr. President, do you know the leaders of tomorrow are dying today? Ni guts tu hakuna, but everyone has something to say. Manifesto hope hazina, our mothers have resorted to pray. Na watoto wa CBC nani atawafunza hiyo tumechoka. Even Rihanna doesn't want him to stay. Let's talk about morals. Tunaishi kwa nchi pia, our deputy yako na mavice. Bless.
Kidogo ni drop mic yangu on his behalf. Nguge nayo. I'll not add to that. December 12th, Willie Oeba full show. All right? And now, without further ado, our last act of the evening. I tried, but no words can do the next performer justice, so I will not try anymore. I'm just going to brag and say, I'd like you to help me introduce my friend, a legend, one of the people I believe whose work has led to this moment, whose consistent work has led to the moment we've seen in the last 2 months. Ladies, gentlemen, Kilamtu, put your hands together for Eric Wainaina.
Good evening, everyone. Round of applause for all the acts this evening. Sing a couple of songs. Thank you, Ngartia, for having us over today. Thank you, Baraza Lab. Sing a couple of songs. You're likely to know very few of them because a lot of them are new. Ay, Mariana, Mariana, nimechoka kusota. Nimeamua leo ni leo, nitabadili picha. Nilinunua baiskeli kupitia mkopo wa benki, kusafirisha abiria, lakini ilibiwa. Okay, let's go. This first song is a song of blessing. It says, may your rivers never run dry, may your cattle always give you milk. And it goes like this. Yeah, let's. Mama Luka, nuligweta inene, we umwe wari, makire korarere. Dirikari, fururi mwene, waihuri temyeke. Quiero todo yaku, te amo domo hiro, arena adi, totige tiganeria. Matuko maige namagetea oheo otore owenadayo nacio yo es yaku sitikangare negedaule mage Korea go kumya. Watu nilowawera na mbesa sialitaya na nyumba yaku nirahulirwa munara. Wake hamono kono gesuroria bisa kuro dingo ine ogedie wataho na kere Igetiganeria Matuko mange Namagetea Oheo utore Wenadayo Rekengo besiaku Sutikageria Anarori raku Rodereme Clap your hands Matuko maike Namagetea Oheo utore Wenadayo Nacio yo esiaku Asiti kangare Nege daure mage Koreago kumya One more time Matuko maige Namagetea Oheo otore Wenadayo Rekengo besiaku Sutikageria Anarori raku Rodereme Anarori raku Rodereme. Are we getting all the audio? There was no kick in that song. As in, it's our fault from like the studio. Okay. This next song is so new. I don't know the words yet. But you know what? Neither do you. I lived in the wonderful estate of Ngartia for a while, and there's a guy who used to pull this from Kokoteni, and he called himself One Man Army. And the song is about his struggle. Ultimately, it says, even as a one-man army, we all need each other. And that's, I think, one thing that we proved in the recent protests. And it goes like this. Now, do we have everything? Bogo, everything's there? One-man army, oh, this thing opin gikokoteni, koido we got malo. Mtoknikalo giteko, kayengo pinyi giteko, kamor kapolo malo. Eliam let chuakore pin, okoket seche, niketich motio. Mono yud pesa, mono kun pesa, monyo mogodo jabera kinyi. Woyo, hera nigiteko, hera remo, hera mochuere nyakache. Hera nigiteko, hera remo, hera mochuere One man army, oh, this thing of beam gikokoteni, koida we got malo. Otemo diro topek dire, luya wokne, luete kie tiende tedni. Mama mausolweni, kijana mausolweni, yo boda boda, give your tijegi. Piro konye, mondo chop male we got, one man army ifwenyo. Woyo, hera nigiteko, hera demo, hera mochuere nyakache, hera nigiteko, hera nigiteko, hera demo. Now the bridge hasn't been written yet, but when it does, it will sound something like this. Oh, na 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 na. Yeah. Hera nigiteko, hera nigiteko, hera demo. Hera nigiteko, hera nigiteko, hera demo. Hera nigiteko, nigiteko, hera demo. Hera nigiteko, boyo. Hera mosuere nyakache. One man army, oh this thing of beam gikokoteni. Thank you. Okay, so we put out the next song about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And it goes like this. It says, bring your mom so that she knows that you love her. Bring your father so he doesn't feel lonely. Bring your brother so he doesn't hit you in the face. But bring your aunt because she's the one who knows how to dance. And it goes like this. I'm going to need your help clapping. shall not be moved. 5, 6, 7, 8, we shall not be shaken. 5, 4, 3, 2, we shall not be moved. 5, 6, 7, 8, we shall not be shaken. 5, 4, 3, 2, we shall not be moved. 5, 6, 7, 8, we shall not be shaken. Okay, namoro wado kahoro gudi. Okay, na tatago newe oe taxi. All right, this next song is my last song for the night. Correct answer. No, it is my last song for the night. We put it out, actually it's an old song, first released in 2006, but we did a remake with Kakuma Sound. Kakuma Sound is a, I don't know whether you know the camp up north, Kakuma Sound. Kakuma has about 14 different nationalities represented there. So Kakuma Sound is a group of musicians put together from these 14 different countries. It also features a refugee from the DRC, a member of the host community, the Turkana. Features our guitarist Benja and myself, co-produced with the excellent Bogwa right there, did not stammer, that is his name. And it's our Grammy submission for Music for Social Change. We just submitted, today was the deadline. So we won't know anything about the nominations for another 2 or 3 months. So I'm not saying anything like, see you at the Grammys, baby. No, I'm not saying anything like that yet. But, you know, that's the, you know. Hey, already have my outfit chosen. You have to manifest. You've got to manifest. Okay, let's go.
Yes, sir. Psyche on Boca. Yo, T9. Kakuma Sound.
In a made-up language, in a made-up time, I met a made-up people with a made-up cry, singing deck, deck, deck. In my fabrication, on the town's main street, stood an army general trying to make a speech, but the people would not listen. They weren't listening anymore. They'd lost too many children in a stupid war, singing deck, deck, deck. Plastel and the pendants is still a shade of red, despite best efforts to help us forget. But if you listen carefully to the blades of grass, oh, you'll hear the missing pages of our story. Of when the tanks began to roll, but the people would not move, and the tear gas began to choke, but the people Umoja ni fahari yetu, undugu ndio nguvu. Chuki na ukabila hatutaki hata kamwe. Lazima tuungane, tuijenge nchi yetu, pasiwe hata moja anayetenganisha. Naishi na tumaini, najitolea daima Kenya. Hakika ya bendera ni uthabiti wangu, nyeusi ya wananchi na nyekundu ni ya damu, kijani ni ya ardhi, nyeupe ya amani. Daima mimi ni Mkenya, mwananchi mzalendo. God bless you all. Thank you.
Grammy tunayo hatuna. Tunayo hatuna. Another round of applause for Eric Wainaina, please. Thank you so much to Eric Wainaina, to Willie Oeba, to every single one of the artists who honored us with their presence today. We have come to the end of the performances, and I would like to ask for a round of applause for someone who was doing their job for the first time. Nisikie nduru ya MC tafadhali bwana. Thank you very much. Wow, lovely that you gave me that without me asking for it. Asante sana. Yeah, I was an accidental MC, and I might like this gig. So please allow me to go through just a list of gratitude. It's very short. So ya kwanza inaenda to our friends over at Power 254. Yes. And Brave Media for providing all the placards, the pictures you see, the flags, the T-shirts that have been exhibited. There is artwork and photography uko nyuma at the back. The exhibition will be up for the coming week, so you can visit anytime after that. The idea is to also have it as an evolving exhibition. We have other partners called Africa Digital Heritage, who are archiving the material from the protest. So if you have anything, kama uko na tear gas canister, tafadhali. It's kama uko na mbili tupe moja. Keep the other one for your kids. If you have bullet casings, if you have anything physical, your own t-shirts, your own placards that you wrote that you would like to donate to a museum of the movement, please feel free to bring it here and we shall do the work. So thank you so much to Power, thank you to Brave Media, thank you to Modoni Gitao for being our liaison. All right. Keep that applause going for Sema Box, who are Wamesema Box. Yeah, fantastic, for doing the fantastic work with the cameras, for having us streaming online all through. And this will still be available online after it's over, so you can revisit, you can share with your friends. Thank you to Clarity for your sound. Still feel safe and sound. Mumeisikia, sindio? Yes. Another round of applause because mutaenda kumhanda for Marcus Solang for the photography. Thank you. Then I'm gonna go through a list really quick and then we're going to clap at the end. Yeah. So this is for Marty, for Cynthia. Let's go then. All right. All right. For Marty. He's right there. He's done excellent work putting this together. Asante sana, Marty. For Cynthia and Cynthia, there's a couple of Cynthias in here. Both of them are wonderful people. One of them is right there. Cynthia mwingine, wave kwa ulipo. Yeah, there you are. It's fantastic. Is Lillian still here? Okay, applause in absentia. And that goes for Maurice as well. Yes. And Chris. Yes, and Alan's. Alan's did fantastic work with the exhibition. He's right there. He set up everything that's stuck to a wall or anything, and he's been doing additional work. Asante sana. And you were on the streets. Asante sana. Shukran sana. Yes. For Javans, the mulipatana at the door. Yes. And the person who made all this possible for actually signing off the money. Mureidi, shukran sana. So, one last applause. That is the Baraza media team. But the last one, I would like it to be for the team behind the counter that was giving you your drinks and your food. Fantastic. And finally, to you and to our friends at home who stuck around, louder than that. Yes. Asanteni sana. And as we go, umesema nini? Ruto must? Ruto must? Ruto must? Ivo, mpaka afike Sugoi. Asanteni sana. Good night.